How you all? I hope you enjoying the holiday. And I had said to you, I will take your online class, but due to the some technical faults, I have not taken your class. But today we will start your class, online class, okay? And I will take the online class, but not live class. I will send a recorded video, okay? And your topic is alcohol, and I had explained the some topic in the organic chemistry like alcohol, alkane, alkene, and then alcohol. And after this topic I will explain the carboxylic acid, and it is chapter number 12 and for the class 10th, okay? And get on the topic. Your topic is alcohol. And what is alcohol? You know very well, alcohol is a organic compound, and the general formula of the alcohol CN H2N plus 1 and dash OH, okay? And where CN H2N plus 1 represent alkyl group and OH represent hydroxy group or hydroxyl group, and it is represented in this way ROH, where R is alkyl group and OH hydroxy group. It is also called hydroxyl group. When you will put the N is equals to 1, then you will obtain CS3OH, okay? And when you will put the N is equals to 2, then you will obtain CS3 CH2OH. Similarly, 3 and 4 CS3 CH2 CH2OH, and when you will put the 4, then you will get what? CS3 CH2 CH2 CH2OH. And it is what? Methanol, because of the number of carbon present in this compound 1. It is ethanol because 2 carbon present. It is propanol, and it is what? Butanol. You know very well the IUPAC name of alcohol is alkanol. What? Alkanol. Alkanol means, alk means number of carbon, N means represent nature of bond, and OL represent the OH secondary suffix for the alcohol. Okay? And get on the next topic. And yes, one more thing. Common name. Common name of alcohol is alkyl alcohol. What? Alkyl alcohol, and it is a methyl alcohol, it is ethyl alcohol, it is propyl alcohol, and CH3 CH2 CH2 CH2OH, it is what? Butyl alcohol. Okay? And get on the next topic, and next topic is your classification of alcohol, and the classification of alcohol on the basis of number of OH group present in the alcohol. First, monohydric alcohol. Monohydric alcohol, dihydric alcohol, and trihydric alcohol. When single OH group present in the alcohol, then is said to be the monohydric alcohol. When the two OH group present in the alcohol, then is said to be the dihydric alcohol. And when three OH group present, then is said to be the trihydric alcohol. Okay? And get on the next slide. Yes. Next topic is your formation of alcohol. Formation of alcohol first by the fermentation process. What is fermentation? What is fermentation? Fermentation is a what process in which the slow decomposition of an organic compound by the action of enzyme and the formation of smaller molecules. Okay, means the fermentation is a process by which you can decompose the organic compound by the action of enzyme and formation of the smaller molecules from the bigger molecules. Okay, and ethanol prepared by the fermentation of carbohydrates such as sugar, glucose and the starch, which are the catalyzed by the yeast. You know very well, yeast is a what? Yeast is a type of enzyme. So clear everyone? Means ethanol you can obtain by the process of fermentation. Okay, and example, it is what? Glucose. It is what? Glucose C6H12O6. In the presence of the yeast, then glucose will give the what? Ethanol. Ethanol, and it also release a what? Carbon dioxide gas. In this reaction, oxygen must be excluded. In this reaction, otherwise acetic acid will also form. You know very well, on oxidation of alcohol, it will give the acetic acid, means the ethanoic acid. That's why in this reaction O2 must be excluded. O2 को क्या कर देना है आपको? बाहर करना है. Otherwise you will obtain the final product acetic acid. Otherwise you will obtain the ethanoic acid in place of ethanol. In place of ethanol. Next, laboratory preparation of alcohol. Laboratory preparation of alcohol by the hydrolysis of an alkyl halide. What is hydrolysis? Hydrolysis means breaking of the bond in the presence of the water is called hydrolysis. And of an alkyl halide. Alkyl halide means it is also called haloalkane. It is also called haloalkane. You know very well, general formula of the haloalkane is Rx, where R is present the alkyl group and X represent halogen group. X means the fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. When haloalkane treated with the sodium aqueous sodium hydroxide, you know very well, sodium plus and OH minus, and the alkyl plus and the X minus, and the plus will go with the minus and minus will go with the plus, then it will form what? Alcohol. What? Alcohol, and it is what? Sodium halide. Sodium halide. Clear? Means the when you will treat haloalkane with aqueous sodium hydroxide, then it will give the alcohol plus sodium halide. Or you know, X means the halogen. X means it may be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, okay, and I for iodine. Example, it is what? Bromo. It is what? Bromoethane. Bromoethane treated with the aqueous NaOH. Then Br replaced by the OH. Then it will form the ethanol. And it is what? Sodium bromide. And it is what? Iodoethane ethane. When iodoethane is treated with the aqueous NaOH, then again it will give the what? Ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol. And ethyl alcohol is what? Ethyl alcohol is a common name of ethanol. Okay, and it is sodium iodide. Similarly, when bromoethane, bromoethane, bromoethane react with the potassium hydroxide. You know very well, NaOH is a base and KOH it is also base, and it is a sodium hydroxide and it is a potassium hydroxide. When it is treated with aqueous KOH, then again similarly Br replaces with the OH. Then it will form CH3, CH2, OH and plus KBr. And it is what? It is also, it is what? Ethanol. Clear everyone? And it is a what? Which method? Laboratory method. Means by this method you can obtain the ethyl alcohol in a lab by the process of hydrolysis of the alkyl halide, and alkyl halide also called haloalkane. Yes. Next topic is your industrial method. Means you can obtain the ethyl alcohol by the industrial method, and this method is large scale method. Means by this process you can obtain the ethyl alcohol in the large scale. That's why called large scale method. Example, first step in this method there are two steps. How many steps? Two steps. First step, hydration of ethene. Hydration of ethene. Hydration. What it means the hydration? Hydration means addition of water molecule. Addition of water molecule on ethene is called hydration. And in this method there are two steps. First step, ethene react with the H2SO4 at 80 degrees Celsius and the 30 atmospheric pressure. Then it will form what? Ethyl hydrogen sulfate. You know very well, on dissociation of the H2SO4 it will give the H plus and the HSO4 minus. You know very well, when the break the double bond, then the minus bears on the CH2 and the plus also bears on the CH2, and minus will go with the plus and plus will go with the minus. Then it will form what? Ethyl hydrogen sulfate, and it is a first step. Okay, and the second step, ethyl hydrogen sulfate. Ethyl hydrogen sulfate further react with the water, means boiling. Then again you know very well, H2O it will give the H plus and OH minus, and further break the bond of the CH2 and HSO4, and the minus charge bears on the HSO4 and the plus charge bears on the CH2 plus, and this plus will go with the minus and the minus will go with the plus. Then it will form CH3, CH2, OH and plus H2SO4. It is what? Ethanol, and it is also called ethyl alcohol. You know very well, ethyl alcohol is a common name of ethanol. Ethanol is a IUPAC name, and ethyl alcohol is a common name. So clear everyone? Industrial method, it is large scale method. In this method, how many steps? Two steps. Okay. In the first step, first attack of the H2SO4, and the second step, attack of the water molecule on the ethyl hydrogen sulfate. Second, it is what? It is also, yes, it is what? ethene. When ethene is react with the water in the presence of S3PO4. S3PO4 is a what? Phosphoric acid. What? Phosphoric acid. And in this reaction, phosphoric acid is considered as a catalyst. What? Catalyst. Okay. And when ethene is react with the H2O in the presence of phosphoric acid at 300 degrees Celsius and 60 atm pressure, then it will form what? Then it will form and it will give ethanol C2H5OH. Okay. Yes. You know very well, H2O will give the H plus and OH minus. When you will break this bond, then minus negative charge bears on the CH2, and in this side plus, and plus will go with the minus, a minus will go with the plus, then it will form C2H5OH. It is called ethanol. Clear? Yes. Next topic is your properties of alcohol. You know very well there are two types of the property. One is the physical property and second is a chemical property. And first we will discuss about the physical property of alcohol. First, nature of alcohol. Nature of alcohol. You know very well, nature of alcohol is a what? Inflammable, volatile liquid. Nature of alcohol is volatile liquid, and BP, and its BP is the 78.3 degrees Celsius, and increase with and the increasing in a molecular weight. Yes, BP actually में BP is directly proportional. BP is directly proportional to the molecular weight. Means when you will increase the molecular weight of alcohol, then BP will also increases. For example, it is what? Methyl alcohol, it is what? Ethyl alcohol, and it is what? Propyl alcohol. You know very well कि molecular BP is a directly proportional to the molecular weight, or in third case the molecular weight of will be more than the second and then the first. That's why the BP order of the BP third, second and first. It is what? Decreasing order of the BP. Clear everyone? And third property, soluble in water. You know very well, ethyl alcohol is a liquid, means ethanol is a liquid, and it is soluble in water, as well also soluble in organic solvent because of or due to the formation of hydrogen bond. Or you know very well what? Alcohol form the hydrogen bond with the alcohol. That's why it is soluble in water, and it is a what? It is a hydrogen bond. Why the ethyl alcohol dissolve in water? Because of the formation of hydrogen bond. Clear everyone? Means ethyl alcohol soluble in water as well as the organic solvent due to the formation of hydrogen bond. And the density of alcohol is ethanol. Ethanol is lighter than the water. ethanol जो होता है वो हमारा कैसा होता है? वाटर से हल्का होता है. ओके. एंड ethanol is a colorless liquid. Which type of liquid? Colorless liquid, and it is toxic in nature. Ethanol is toxic in nature, and it has also pleasant smelling. मतलब एक विशिष्ट प्रकार की क्या आती है इसमें से? स्मेल आती है. So I hope you understand the topic physical property of the alcohol. Okay, get on next topic. Yes, next topic is your chemical properties of alcohol. In first, I've explained your physical property. Get on the next topic, chemical properties of alcohol. Chemical properties of alcohol. First, combustion reaction. Ethyl alcohol will show the combustion reaction, oxidation reaction, reaction with metal, and reaction with acid. Reaction with acid is called esterification, and fifth, dehydration with acid. Okay, then means the ethyl alcohol show the all these type of reaction. To get on, we will discuss one by one. So first, combustion reaction. Combustion reaction, you know very well, on the combustion of ethyl alcohol in the presence of oxygen, then it will give the carbon dioxide, water, and the heat, means the lots of the energy, heat energy. That's why this reaction is called what? Exothermic reaction. It is what? Exothermic reaction. Okay. And the second, oxidation reaction. You know very well, oxidation means addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen. Okay. On oxidation of ethanol in the presence of a strong oxidizing agent, and K2Cr2O7 is a strong oxidizing agent. So on oxidation of ethanol, it will give first converted into the ethanol, and further ethanol converted into the acetic acid. Okay, clear? First ethanol converted into ethanol, and ethanol converted into the acetic acid. For example, another example, it is what? Methyl alcohol. What? Methyl alcohol. And methyl alcohol, on oxidation of methyl alcohol in the presence of K2Cr2O7, it will give the first formaldehyde, HCHO, and oxidation of the further of the methanol. It is what? Methanol. And it will give the HCOOH. It is called formic acid. Okay, formic acid. Yes. And next topic is your, yes, third action of action with the sodium metal. Action with sodium metal. It is what? Methyl alcohol. When methyl alcohol is treated with the sodium, you know very well, nature of alcohol is what? Acidic in nature. Alcohol shows the acidic acid nature as well as basic. That's why amphoteric in nature. Or here in this reaction, methyl alcohol is considered as act as a acid. You know very well, reaction of acid with the metal, then it will form what? Salt and plus hydrogen gas. It is methyl alcohol, and it is what? Sodium methoxide. Sodium methoxide. Similarly, ethyl alcohol, when treated with the Na, then it will form salt and plus hydrogen gas, and it is what? Sodium. It is a sodium methoxide, and it is sodium ethoxide. Clear everyone? And get on the next topic. Next topic is your reaction with the acetic acid. Next reaction with the acetic acid. This is a most important reaction, it is called esterification. When alcohol react with acid in the presence of the concentrated H2SO4, then it will form ester and water. That's why this reaction is called esterification. Okay, here it is what? Ethanol, CH3, CH2, OH, and plus it is what? Ethanoic acid, CH3, C double bond O, single O or H. Okay, and OH and H will give the what? Then it will form H2O. Okay, and the CH3 C double bond and O combined with the CH2 CH3, then it will form what? Ester, and this reaction is called esterification. Okay, and next, dehydration of alcohol. Dehydration of alcohol means D means removal, and the hydration means water. Okay, means the removal of water. And this reaction occurs in the presence of the dehydrating agent. And dehydrating agent H2SO4, Al2O3 and P2O5 all are the considered as a dehydrating agent, and it will remove the water molecule from the alcohol. Okay, and alcohol give the water molecule in the different temperature, and it will form the different product. And when ethyl alcohol heated the 140 degrees Celsius, then it will form the ether. But when ethanol is treated with the H2SO4 at 170 degrees Celsius, then it will form ethene. Okay, ethene. Clear everyone? So ether, when ethyl alcohol heated at a 140 degrees Celsius, then it will form ether as a main product. But in case of the 170 degrees Celsius, then it will form what? Ethene. Okay. And next topic is your uses of ethyl alcohol. Uses of ethyl alcohol, and often referred to as a grain alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is considered or referred as a grain alcohol, and it is the alcohol in the beer, wine and the other alcoholic beverage. And ethyl alcohol used as a solvent for the paints, varnishes and oils and the dye. And ethyl alcohol also used as a preservative for the biological specimen. Okay, and next point is your, it is used as fuel. You know very well, fuel. Okay, and can be added to the petrol in a small percentage to be used in the automobiles. That type of the petrol is called power alcohol. Means the power alcohol contains the 80% petrol and the 20% alcohol. When the ethanol is mixed with the methanol, means the about 5%, then it will form the methylated spirit. Okay, and what is the methylated spirit? Methylated spirit is a what? Mixture of the ethanol and the 5% methanol. And next, ethanol. When ethanol is treated with the pyridine or the copper sulfate, then it will form the denatured alcohol, and denatured alcohol is unfit for the human consumption. Yes, ethyl alcohol obtained by improper distillation contains large amount of methanol. Okay, it is called the illicit alcohol or spurious alcohol. Spurious alcohol means the ethyl alcohol contains the some percentage of methyl alcohol. That's why called the it is spurious alcohol or illicit alcohol. And when you will take or drink this type of alcohol, then it will affect or damage to your brain and the liver, blindness, even sudden death. Okay, when spurious alcohol is consumed in the excess, it causes the your death. So clear? So it is a topic, your topic alcohol is completed. Okay, clear everyone? Okay, now you I will send a note, okay, in your WhatsApp group, and please focus on your study. Okay, and the next turn I will discuss the your next topic is your carboxylic acid. Okay, I hope you are enjoying the class. Okay, yes.